If you're feeling adventurous, just minutes north of Albuquerque and Bernalillo is Coronado State Monument, where Francisco Vázquez de Coronado entered the valley while looking for the fabled 7 cities of gold. Instead, he found villages inhabited by prosperous native people. Nearly 500 years later, the settlement is now one of the most scenic cultural attractions here in New Mexico. Really exciting.
Nice.
Let's take a look.
My name is Scott Smith. I'm originally from Clovis, New Mexico. I graduated from Eastern New Mexico University in 1983, and I've been with State Monuments since 1989, for 22 years. This ruin covered around 300 meters east and west and 400 meters north and south, so it's a very large ruin. And it was dug during the 1930s at the direction of Edgar Lee Hewitt, partly because it's during the Depression. They're trying to employ people. They're looking for projects that will benefit the state's heritage in some way, but also just get people to work. I've always been interested in history, and this is a way you're dealing with history, but you're not in an office. Most of the time you're out. We're doing maintenance, we're cleaning restrooms, we're leading school group tours or just tours for the general public. We're on top of the painted kiva. As you can see, it's a square kiva, about 22 feet square. It's fairly large. It would have been a difficult task to go up to the mountains and bring back vigas that are large enough to span this from wall to wall and make the roof for this kiva. So this would have been a large kiva society. A lot of men and a lot of effort went into building this building. This is where the history of New Mexico as New Mexico begins. The first sustained contact between Europeans, in this case Spanish, and Native Americans, in this case Tiwa, speaking Pueblo Indians, occurred here. The first major European explorer to our area was Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, and he arrives with an army of 1,000 to 1,200 men in the spring of 1540 and in New Mexico, and stays in the area for about a year and a half. He's looking for treasure, and he uses this area as his base camp. And so it's really the start. This is the beginning of the modern history of New Mexico. This is where a lot of our visitors, I think, love to spend time. We're coming down to the river. You can get really close to it here. It's a little undeveloped piece of heaven just on the edge of the metropolitan area. We have something happening almost all the time, almost every weekend. We have a workshop, a lecture, or a group that's that's holding a meeting here, like the Rio Rancho Astronomical Society holds their monthly meetings here. And so you can come out on a Friday night usually and look at the stars through some of the best telescopes that we have in the area.
For more information about Coronado National Monument, just log on to www.nmmonuments.org, and of course we'll have that link here on our website at casa.com. Really nice, huh?
Yeah, very nice, beautiful.
Nice, and
it's always something. I mean, it's just amazing. No matter how long you live here, I think there's just always something new to discover and to learn about as far as the rich history we have here.
Definitely.
I think it would take years and years to see every beautiful piece of the state.
No kidding. But if you want to check it out this weekend, what's the weather going to be like?
Yeah.
The wind's picking back up again.
Oh.
Here's a look at the forecast.